It's low key, and I say I am Mr. Superfax. Definitely check out the Patreon. Like I said, I'm gonna be having to move the majority of my content over there. So definitely check it out. Uh I'm gonna leave a link to the Patreon in the description and in the comments section, okay? Also, we got the Rumble. Definitely check out the Rumble Low Key T for President. Alright, let's get into this.
80 years, a star system located 3,000 light years from Earth will be visible to the human eye. It's being called a once-in-a-lifetime event.
The researchers here feel that they're within reach of finding new particles that really make the universe tick. One more heave, they say, and they could make one of the biggest breakthroughs of all time.
For those less scientific, we found at least one person who has an uneasy feeling about the rare alignment and how it'll somehow impact his daily life.
It kind of disrupts things.
So, Cern is basically trying to, I guess, obtain, or, possess this, I guess they're trying to harness the God particle, and they're trying to figure out how this world, realm, universe is held together, and they're going to be, doing this operation or whatever the fuck you want to call it. They're going to be, doing this experiment on April 8th. All right. And then people are saying that, some of the repercussions could be, potential, like, miniature black holes or wormholes, or basically just fucking up this realm. You know what I'm saying?
That are normally taking their course.
This enormous underground lab lies hidden away beneath the Swiss-French Alps. The plan is to stretch it even further.
If it goes off between now and September, October, it will be visible.
Let you get away with saying this man said the goal is to stretch it even further, man. Watch your fucking mouth, man. No diddy.
Everywhere. The nova will get up to about second magnitude. That's about the 50th brightest star in the sky. It's the same as Polaris. If you can see Polaris from New York City, you can see this nova. It'll be easy to see if you get out to a dark place. It will be bright for a few days. It will get up to, as I said, second magnitude and then fade. In a dark place, you can probably see it for a week or two.
Now, the Large Hadron Collider is the world's biggest atom smasher, but as it turns out, it's not big enough. The European Centre for Particle Research, Cern, is unveiling details of a new particle accelerator today, something 3 times larger and twice as deep.
There are so many outstanding questions in fundamental physics today, and in our knowledge of the universe, its structure and its evolution, for which we have no answer. And so we need more powerful instruments to be able to addressing those questions.
Thousands of scientists here are hunting for the tiny particles that are contained in the atoms that make up the world around us. Professor Mitesh Patel has spent his entire professional life searching for them.
I think for me, this is really about exploration. To be able to look for something genuinely new. If you're going to go and explore the unknown, then of course you don't know what you're going to find, and you can't guarantee a particular outcome.
This enormous underground lab lies hidden away beneath the Swiss-French Alps. The plan is to stretch it even further.
Nearly every day, I still get that sort of wow as I look at all of it.
This experiment has been going on for more than a decade. It's made some important discoveries, such as a particle called the Higgs boson. This is one of the detectors that discovered the Higgs 12 years ago. It was an incredible scientific achievement. But the LHC was built to do much more than that. It was supposed to discover brand new particles that would change the theory of physics. It hasn't. So in that sense, it's failed.
Well, I've been helping people in America learn how to take advantage of government programs for 40 years. But I'm worried.
and that's why they need a larger machine.
I notice, like, that's why it's just men. Like, people fucking suck, man. You know what I'm saying? Every other entity on this planet and in this realm, just enjoy it for what it is and be on some regular shit. Man ruins everything. Man ruins everything. Man ruins fucking everything. Man can't just eat off the land, enjoy nature. Like, you look at, what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck is CERN shouldn't even be like allowed to exist. The fuck are you doing?
The plan.
Like, if I ever told my grandma about CERN, she'd be like, them motherfuckers, them demons need to go sit the fuck down somewhere. That's what my great grandma would say. This is a load of bullshit.
And is to build what's called the FCC, the Future Circular Collider, next to the existing accelerator. It'll be at least twice as deep and measure nearly 91 kilometers. That's around 56 miles. Inside, particles will travel much further than they currently do. They're pulsed by an electric field and stronger magnets, which make the particles collide with much greater force and hopefully revealing far more.
But it is more than that, because there are lots of physicians. I know some. They're doing very strange experimentation. There are beings from portals coming in and out. It's physicists from the Cern who told me this.
They've testified to beings coming in and out of portals.
Yes. And they were saying, I mean, I met them at a dinner.
Now, when I first heard that, the very first thing I thought about was this demon face bullshit that they're pushing out. I mean, you can't make this shit up, dude. You can't make this shit up, man. Demon face syndrome. Demon face. There's no such thing as coincidences, bro. They got this demon face syndrome. And then now we're hearing this about CERN, man. Look at this. They're saying demon face syndrome causes patients to see grotesque distortions when staring at a human face. But you just heard what this lady said, man, about CERN. We're gonna go back to that, but this is
think about this for a minute. If you're
this is insane, man. I don't know why they do those videos, man. I don't know why they don't. I hate when people do that shit.
This is the most terrifying thing I've ever seen. This is demon face syndrome, a brand new.
I hate when they put the music in the background so fucking much, bro. It's like we're trapped in like some sort of goofy ass NPC frequency, man.
Neurological disease that's been found where people see others as demons.
And now they're saying it's a neurological disease, bro. I ain't never heard of this shit in my life. Now now out of nowhere, this is a neurological disease. This lady is like a bat.
I know what you're thinking, Chris. You're completely out of your mind. But look, to the left, you have a normal person. And then to the right, you have what some people see. Now, the craziest thing is that in the whole entire world, and forever, there's only been 75 cases. Now, all of a sudden, this...
He said there's only been 75 cases. Look at this. PMO. Okay. Listen, you about to hear my my good enough diploma education right here. Prometamorphosis. What the fuck? Is a rare neurological disorder of visual perception in which faces appear distorted while other visual categories often do not. What the fuck?
This is all over the news. And as I said, it's said to be a neurological disease. It happens when staring at people for too long. All of a sudden get extremely elongated ears, their face more or less contorts, and they get an extremely deep, sinister smile, which is making me feel like these people aren't even real people at all. This is more or less some kind of uncanny valley type thing, which if you guys don't know what the uncanny valley is, it's more or less where you make something that makes people look like people, but they're not actually people at all. And as I said, the craziest thing is this is all over the news, yet only 75 cases have ever been reported. It's currently being studied at Dartmouth. And you're probably thinking to yourself, Chris, this only happens sometimes.
You
From what
can't
I've
make
read and
that
what I've
shit
seen,
up. That just shows you right there. It's like with the whole LGBT shit, they're 1% of the population. Motherfucker, 75 cases ever. And now this is on national television at the same exact time when this Cern. Come on, man. Come on,
people
bro.
who have this syndrome see people like this all of the time. There's been multiple people who have came out and said that this is what they see all the time. This is what they view people as. Now, I'm gonna be honest. Is this a soft launch for aliens or some kind of demonic beings being released to the public? I don't know. I can't help but this is the most terrifying thing I've ever seen.
Sound like predictive programming to me, bro. But what it really sound like is gaslighting and trolling.
With much greater
Yes.
or more.
But it is more than that because there are lots of physicians. I know some. They're doing very strange experimentation. There are beings from portals coming in and out. It's physicists from the Cern who told me this.
They've testified to beings coming in and out of portals.
There's beings coming in and out of these portals that they're using Cern, and it was some other shit they were talking about too. I think it was called D-Wave. All of this demonic ass technology that they're using. So now if you start seeing some people, you start looking in these people's faces and they just start looking, demonic as hell. Now you're gonna be at the doctor trying to get some medicine for demon face syndrome. You can't make this shit up, bro. You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. And it's like, bro, these entities, they need correct me if I'm wrong, but at some point in time, they're gonna need vessels, to hijack, right?
Yes. And they were saying, I mean, I met them at a dinner and there were two of them. And both said that, yes, they have, secondhand proof that the people who they're dealing with the boson of Higgs.
And I'm not letting this shit go. That whole the whole the alien nut juice, the government dope. I'm not letting that go. There was a reason why. I don't know if it was to make people sterile. I don't know what it was. But there was we're gonna find out very soon why that shit was pushed so hard, man. There was a reason why they pushed that shit so hard. There was a reason, and we're gonna find out, man. Maybe there was something in that satanic serum. That's what I call it. Maybe there was something in that satanic serum that would just, lower your vibration and allow these entities to hijack your vessel. It could be something as simple as that. You know what I mean? I always went back to, it's gonna make the population infertile. And then it was that one show. I don't know what the name of the show was. Was it Utopia or one of those shows where they basically said the same thing? The whole point of it was to. And then there was this movie called, I guess it's called Children of Men. Man, shout out Armchair Revolutionary, bro. I was on my own Patreon watching my own interviews I had 3 years ago. Shout out Armchair Revolutionary. Man, listen, man. I gotta get you back on the channel, bro. Armchair Revolutionary, boy. But I think in that movie, Children of Men, he was talking about how human beings just couldn't reproduce anymore. Like the oldest person on the planet was like 24 years old, or the youngest person alive was like in their 20s. Even with that show Handmaid's Tale, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I don't know, man. I don't I don't know.
and subatomic things. So they have apparently in the bottom of the Cern this portal, this door where they are dealing with all the subatomic dimensions. They say there are 17 different dimensions of reality. That's what those physicists say. Some others
17 different dimensions of reality.
say there are more dimensions. We know the time space, the tridimensional X, Y, Z in a
It's sad because the only reason why man is so curious and they're doing all of these experiments and shit and collecting all this whatever information is because they just want to control it. They want to rule over it. They want to have power over it. They want to destroy some shit. They want to destroy the natural fabric of whatever the fuck, is going on. That's all man do. That's all man do. It's just fucking destroy everything. That's all man do.
graphic. But then you have more dimensions, and they are playing with that. They're using that, and we're a group, and they had a being.
Like fallen angel technology. You heard about that, D-Wave? She said that. Roland, when are you Roland, you was on Man Down Sports. You was over there. And when you want to do this, when you free this week, let me know. No Diddy.
Did not tell me more. Who came that doesn't resemble a human, and then they had another one, and they have a proof because they left a scarf. They left a scarf, and now, when you look at what is going on in the Cern, there is a fight from some of the military agencies, intel. They say that there is a fight on time. They're trying to change time.
You're going to so much effort, digging all these tunnels, spending so much money to smash particles together. And so what's the point?
Scientific exploration. I think it's almost like asking, what's the point of art or music? I think humans have this curiosity of finding what's out there and how does the world around you work? And FCC will help us answer some of those questions.
Didn't I just say that? No. These motherfuckers want to figure out how it works so they can control it and they can control everybody in it. That's it.
The countdown is on to a once-in-a-lifetime total eclipse.
The total eclipse takes place on April 8th. At 3:20 p.m., our world will plunge into the eerie, mysterious, wonderful darkness that is totality.
We are, in fact, the only planet that has a moon just the right size to block out the sun.
But also a few other planets are going to be visible during this time. A few that we're obviously used to seeing. So once that becomes complete totality, becomes darkness, you're going to have Venus, which again, we see a decent amount of times, Jupiter as well.
This is 12P, which is the Pons-Brooks Comet. It comes around every 71 years. Now, the reason that you might be able to see this with the naked eye versus just a telescope is because this comet is known for flare-ups. Oh. It's basically a ball of dirt and ice. So chunks of it routinely break off, and it causes a much brighter flare as it's traveling across the night sky. It actually, because of the way it's shaped right now, it looks like it has devil horns because of the way chunks have broken off, so it's nicknamed the Millennium Falcon. And so if we're lucky enough to get clear skies, the eclipse, and one of those chunks breaking off, you might get to
She said the Millennium Falcon, aka the Devil's Comet.
See that comet as well.
With 13 states across the country in the path of totality.
According to NASA, the Great North American Eclipse will stretch from Mexico to Canada and last anywhere from 3.5 to 4 minutes.
When the corona comes out and it goes total, it's like this eyeball looking at you from space, because the sun, instead of being bright, is dark, and it has this white halo around it, and it's like somebody's eye looking down at you.
We're going to be live on TV here on ABC.
4 minutes long, so you'll get the chills,
totality.
The whole spiritual
experience. I'm looking forward to it.
If you miss it this time around, the next full solar eclipse in the U.S. from coast to coast won't happen until 2045.
It's a real visceral experience, and the whole anticipation
The first stage of the new collider won't be fully operational until 2045.
Why is
they're doing much
Geneva?
more than
Why is Geneva of such significance? Because you've got the World Health Organization, all these meetings in Geneva. You've got Cern in Geneva, Davos, Switzerland. Why is Geneva so significant?
Yeah, I would say Switzerland is very significant in general, but because of our neutrality, there could be many factors. So I could take it at different levels. The geopolitically, the fact that Switzerland is a nice country of peasants, former mercenaries, historically, and they're nice. They look, I mean, they're compliant and neutral normally. That's one. But actually, the other one is the banking system. You know, secret banking system. Still to this day, they can put all the money they want. The immunity is another one. Geopolitically, as a scientist, open, you do hypothesis because that's how you build an open reality. Because otherwise, you miss the point. It makes sense because they're all here. So it's the World Economic Forum is just opposite the UN. The UN is 10 minutes by car to the Cern. Then you have all the sports
and then they showed, I don't know if it's in this video or not, but they showed they got a statue of Shiva literally in front of the Cern building. And I think Shiva is the goddess of destruction and rebirth. Correct me if I'm wrong. They got a goddamn statue of Shiva in the front of Cern, man. This shit is crazy. What's up, cuz?
Asian FIFA, UFA also at 10 minutes, half an hour from everything. Yes. So, and then we have the Bank of Settlements in Basel. That's 2.5 hours away by car. But it's all there. Small Switzerland is like the Disneyland of everything they want to do.
Fascinating.
So, yeah, we're close to everything.
Scientists working at the Large Hadron Collider.
You said Switzerland is the Disneyland of all the weirdo shit that they trying to do.
Operated by Cern, have made public the anticipated scheduling of the initial interactions between proton beams on April 8th, following the completion of all machine assessments and adjustments. Subsequently, the substantial experiments carried out by Cern, which entail the collision of proton particles, will be able to recommence their scientific activities for data collection and analysis. Many individuals within the realm of social media have brought attention to the forthcoming total solar eclipse scheduled to occur on Monday, April 8th, 2024. This celestial event is projected to traverse North America, making its passage over countries such as Mexico, the United States, and Canada. The initial phase of the total solar eclipse is set to commence above the South Pacific Ocean. In the event of favorable weather conditions, the point of first contact with totality on the North American continent is predicted to be along Mexico's Pacific coastline, occurring at approximately 11 in the morning. Numerous individuals have commented concerns regarding the potential negative outcomes, suggesting that scientists may be overstepping their bounds by engaging in these experimental pursuits, likening it to playing the role of a deity. In the sphere of speculative science fiction and theoretical physics, the intriguing concept of accessing a portal using the Large Hadron Collider has sparked the interest of numerous enthusiasts. Various hypotheses suggest that the immense energies released during particle collisions within the Large Hadron Collider might potentially lead to the
Shiva. We're gonna try to get Kelly on here in a little bit. She busy, she doing shit. Cause I know they say well, the thing is, some people say that Shiva was kind of like a male and female deity. It'll show you. I don't know if it's in this video now. We'll get to it.
the formation of subatomic black holes or wormholes.
Said it's some bullshit. You said Trump stared at the eclipse without glasses at the White House a couple years ago? Really? All right, we'll get to it.
Which are transient phenomena with the potential to act as gateways.
He's a fucking lizard, man. They got superpowers like that and shit. Let us do some shit like that. We gonna wake up. We gonna wake up at Diddy house with butt ass naked, some frosted flakes all over us, our bodies and shit.
Ways to alternate dimensions or parallel universes. This idea has captivated the minds of scientists and science fiction aficionados alike, prompting deeper explorations into the realms of possibility and the underlying fabric of the universe, with its infinite mysteries waiting to be unraveled. In a theoretical situation, if particles collide within the Large Hadron Collider, it has the potential to create a microscopic black hole, a space in the fabric of the universe where gravitational pull is immense.
I'm gonna play that again. They're saying that this shit, the side effects, you know how they give you all these side effects for these bullshit drugs they be pushing. The side effects is microscopic black holes around this bit. You know, fuck around and have a black hole in your backyard and shit. If you have the luxury of having a backyard.
That the immense energies released during particle collisions within the Large Hadron Collider might potentially lead to the formation of subatomic black holes or wormholes, which are transient phenomena with the potential to act as gateways to alternate dimensions or parallel universes. This idea has captivated the minds of scientists and science fiction aficionados alike, prompting deeper explorations into the realms of possibility and the underlying fabric of the universe, with its infinite mysteries waiting to be unraveled. In a theoretical situation, if particles collide within the large...
You know, and if we having a real conversation, bro, they're talking about, you know, opening portals to travel, like highways, if we're having a real conversation. These entities or whatever is going on, they're like, nigga, I got places to be. They're trying to utilize these wormholes and all of this shit to try to go somewhere else. They're trying to travel somewhere. The same way we use highways and shit like that. That's how they're trying to utilize these wormholes and black holes, man. I don't know. That's just what it sounds like is happening, man. That's what it sounds like is happening, bro.
Hadron Collider, it has the potential to create a microscopic black hole, a space in the fabric of the universe where gravitational pull is immensely intense, preventing any form of light from escaping. These transient black holes, although harmless, present an opportunity to gain crucial insights into the workings of gravity and the foundational forces governing our cosmos. The possibility of generating these tiny black holes in such high-energy collisions opens a window to explore the nature of gravity and its interactions with other
factors. Half of Hollywood might get sacrificed. Okay. All right. Hollywood is going to have a clearance sacrifice. Okay. Everyone must go. Okay. Can you imagine the sacrifices that's going to happen? Can you imagine the sacrifices that's going to happen during this eclipse, dog?
Fundamental aspects of the universe in a controlled setting. In a different hypothetical situation, the
wholesale rituals, my nigga.
Large Hadron Collider has the potential to unintentionally generate a wormhole, an imagined passage through the fabric of space-time, linking far-flung areas of the universe. Wormholes are currently only conjectural constructs, yet their theoretical ability to expedite travel beyond the speed of light or open up avenues for communication over vast cosmic expanses renders them a captivating topic for scientific investigation. The concept of a wormhole, if brought into existence by the collider, could revolutionize our understanding of the universe and the laws of physics. Delving into the idea of initiating a portal through the Large Hadron Collider presents a fascinating prospect that captivates curiosity. However, it triggers substantial ethical dilemmas and considerations of utmost importance. Central to these deliberations is the apprehension surrounding unforeseen repercussions, notably the emergence of perilous occurrences like miniature black holes or erratic wormholes as plausible outcomes. In addition, the activation of a portal holds immense significance for mankind, promising to not only reshape our perception of the universe, but also potentially reconfigure the very essence of existence. Scientists at the Large Hadron Collider are tasked with the responsibility of overseeing scientific advancements and innovations, requiring a meticulous evaluation of the risks and benefits associated with their experiments. They must navigate the delicate balance between progress and caution.
Scientists is regular ass people that don't know shit, just like me and you. They just have the resources, or somebody is funding them to fuck around with some shit and find out what happened. That's all scientists is in today's world. They just fucking around with shit until something happened. Oh, this good. Oh, this good. That's all they do, bro. That's all they do. And then let's have a real conversation, man. The scientists that they got is Nazis. And I'm probably not allowed to say that, huh? I'm probably not even allowed to say that, huh? God damn it. God damn.
Recognizing the profound implications.
Right. So all the people that's doing the research into this shit is the same people that they told us in the history books is solidified bad guys. But those bad guys are responsible for all of this research. Come on, man.
That their actions may have on the future trajectory of scientific exploration and on the broader scope of human experience.
Have you ever seen a Nazi bitch with a fat ass? Are bitches allowed to be Nazis? Like, you know how like bitches not allowed to be pastors and shit? You ever seen a fat? Do you think there's like a Tinder for Nazis in 2024? You can make some serious motherfucking bread, dog.
The Large Hadron Collider is approaching its final year in its current configuration.
A safe place for genocide. A safe haven for genocide.
As it gears up for a restart in April. Detailed preparations for this milestone have been meticulously underway since earlier this spring, progressing through a series of meticulous steps and thorough testing procedures. According to an interim report featured on the Cern website, Renda Stierenberg, the head of Cern's accelerator section, highlighted that these preparations are not only on track, but are also proceeding ahead of the planned schedule. At the conclusion of the current measurement season, which is expected to wrap up in either November or December, the forthcoming third long shutdown, known as LS3, is slated to commence. This extended hiatus, spanning several years, is earmarked for the construction of the next-generation particle accelerator, the High-Luminosity Large Hadron Collider, designed to generate proton beams 10 times more potent than its predecessor. Over the recent years,
I ain't gonna lie, Kelly. I don't know how long you was waiting, but I didn't even see your ass.
I just
I didn't even see your ass down there. I'm gonna play a little bit of this. I'm gonna let you get set up.
Yeah, has established a range of cutting-edge facilities dedicated to the project, setting the stage for groundbreaking advancements in particle physics research. The significant experiments conducted at Cern with the participation of NICEF have revealed that the beams are currently observed traversing through their detection systems. This groundbreaking development showcases the successful integration and operation of the detectors within these experiments. In particular, great emphasis was placed on the urgency at the experiment to ensure readiness for the impending return of the beam. The recent installation of a revamped central velo detector, carried out by a collaborative team involving NICEF and various other contributors, marked a pivotal milestone. The replacement became necessary as the prior velo unit, positioned in close proximity to the beam, suffered operational setbacks attributed to an unexpected pressure-related incident. This development underscored the intricate coordination and swift action required in the dynamic environment of the experiment, showcasing the collective efforts to address challenges promptly and uphold the integrity of the research infrastructure. According to a report in Nature in 2015, the Large Hadron Collider, which is the biggest and most potent particle accelerator worldwide, is set to be reactivated in the upcoming days. Despite the global anticipation surrounding this event, there are two individuals who have chosen to keep quiet: Walter Wagner, a former nuclear safety official, and Luis Sancho, a journalist from Spain. They have involvement with the Large Hadron Collider and have decided to come forward with an interesting revelation. Months prior to the planned initiation of the particle collider in 2008, Wagner and Sancho took legal action against the entities responsible for this colossal device. The plaintiffs were the US Department of Energy, Fermi National Accelerator Laboratory.
Hey, Kelly, do you know if they ever used this thing before? Or they probably have, right?
Yeah, they've definitely used it.
Okay. All right. We're gonna get to the video you sent me. I'm gonna kind of just speed up a little bit.
Those of classical general relativity, but rather speculative objects predicted in some theories of quantum gravity, such as string theory. These theories propose additional spatial dimensions beyond the familiar three, and it is in these extra dimensions that microscopic black holes could theoretically form at the Large Hadron Collider. In these theories, gravity becomes much stronger at small distances than currently observed, allowing for the creation of micro black holes when particles collide at sufficiently high energies. The energies achievable at the collider, while impressive by human-made standards, are still far below the levels typically associated with black hole production. Yet, if additional dimensions significantly alter gravity's behavior at small scales, black holes could potentially form at the Large Hadron Collider. Despite the theoretical possibility, there is no empirical evidence that such processes occur in nature, despite particles interacting at energies far higher than those achievable by the collider in cosmic ray collisions in Earth's atmosphere.
So, what would your theory be, as far as, you know, them fucking around with this technology? You know, my theory was there must just be entities there. I mean, I'm be honest, maybe there's entities that's trapped here and they're just trying to get the fuck back home, or maybe take over another realm. Something like maybe they're trying to work their way up, you know, to the highest realm, and you know, cause chaos and, you know, all of that shit up in you know, in that place. What's your kind of theory behind
Well,
with this technology?
when I was listening to the preacher's name is Stephen Darby, and when I was listening to him, and I'd heard this or listened or watched this video years and years ago, and but I like totally forgot about it. And basically what he was saying, which totally resonated with me, is that he's saying that basically God, the source, you know, the light, purity, truth, whatever you want to call it, is the thing that is holding back all the dark matter, antimatter, which apparently seems not to be a good thing, or maybe it's not that it's not good. It's just it's chaotic, and so possibly maybe the chaos is what attracts the negative entities. So, but there's a part where he starts in the beginning at timestamp at 8:30, 8 minutes and 30 seconds, where he starts to talk about the demon thing. And when I was listening to this yesterday, it just made me think of that, you know, the thing you were showing earlier about how people are starting to talk about supposedly this seeing demon faces is not a new thing, but now
Right.
it's being talked about. So we always know that they give us commercials, you know.
Right. All right, so let's get into this. Kelly sent me this, and we're gonna react to it, guys.
Want to be down, he won't stay down. Are y'all there? So let's do it in the word. Look at Revelation chapter 2 and look at verse 9. Let's start here. It says, I know that works in tribulation and poverty. Now, most of what I'm going to say is parenthetical. That means I'm going to go over from review of some stuff, because I think we run over messages too fast, and I think we don't get how powerful these messages really are.
This is like the time when you want to listen to. It's at 8:30 right here.
Huh, that's funny. So it maybe it was 18:30. I thought it was 8 minutes and 30 seconds. So
is the seed of the serpent. These people have been called, hollowed out for the purposes of Satan. That's why all the blood families have this Khazarian bloodline. Y'all heard what I'm saying? Nobody wants to deal with this, because, you know, let's just wrap Christianity up in a pretty bow, and let's just go on to heaven. And no, we're going to tell the lie. We're going to get rid of these lies that's been told. That's why our people are messed up, because won't nobody tell them the truth. And most of what you heard preached is what has been sanctioned by the ADL. In other words, what they allowing preachers to preach, as long as they keep in line with the lie that these are God's chosen people. That's why you see people like John Hagee and Joel Osteen and all these people just stand with Israel and stand with Israel, stand with Israel. Nobody's talking about, now, how is these people who's supposed to be researchers not research that part? But do you know why they don't want to talk about that they not the real people? Because you're going to ask the question, if they not it, then who is? Oh, that's more frightening than to know who they ain't. To know who is frightening. Because to know who is the real people means you got a judgment coming.
I want to make
Hey,
sure
you
I'm
know
at
what I
the
think
right.
is happening? Because I was like, wait, this doesn't make any sense. It's not lining up.
Uh-huh.
I think you're going off the second video that I sent when I said, oh, listen to this timestamp, about the Israel, Ukraine, Russia connection, and it was called
He died. This nigga
yeah,
died.
I know. I was so bummed. I felt
What? He got the Rona. What he get?
So okay, so it's the one that you're supposed to be playing. That'll line up with my timestamps is the first one that I sent you, and it should say like Cern something.
Oh, so what? It wasn't him.
Do you want me to just send it to you again?
Yeah. Can you email it to me?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I can't. It'd just be a little bit easier. How did he die? How did he die, Leonard? Yeah, we got Kelly on the case, man. Kelly's on the case, man. Already says CERN also features an 8-body problem. I think he said that's a TV show. It was poison. Huh. Yeah, we're gonna get the video, guys. We're gonna make sure we get the right video, guys.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah.
It's saying invalid recipient. Just now I have the title of it though. If you want to look it up, it's called Cern.
It won't let you email me?
For some reason, it's not wanting to email. Maybe it's because I'm on the phone. I don't know.
What? Don't. Come on, man.
Can I say your email out loud?
Oh no, don't do that.
Yeah. Okay. Because it's saying invalid email recipient.
And it's like the same one you sent it to me
Yeah.
before?
Yep.
Are you serious?
I'm serious, and this has never happened, so I'm assuming it must be because I'm on the phone and it's taking up, I don't know, space for the band. But I mean, it is me and you, so of course.
This is ridiculous. Every time. So what was the name of it on YouTube?
So on YouTube, it's CERN, all in caps, and then there's a semicolon, and then it says the end.
Okay, got it.
Oh, cool. I was thinking,
If
man,
you can wait,
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I didn't see. This is 2 separate videos.
Yes. So this one, go to 8 minutes and 30 seconds.
Okay.
Cool.
So they're capturing evil, which when that evil gets close to you, it's like a magnet. It magnifies the evil in you. Let it sink in. Please let it sink in. This is what they over capturing in this machine. So when they released this and they said this, it's going to change people into literal demons. The only thing that's going to stop it is what God has put her to restrain. There's only one thing restraining Satan from totally destroying you. I mean, totally taking your mind and everything away. It's just, listen, right now, for us that believe, it's the Holy Spirit. But there's also and I'm going to show you in the Bible where this exists. There's also, they found out there is a restrainer, a wall. They call it a veil that is literally holding back. Listen, now listen what I'm saying. Matter, smallest building block, matter, right? It's stable. In other words, it doesn't catch on fire. You have to catch it on fire in order for it to burn. But they say antimatter is already on fire. It has to be contained because it's already burning. That's why they need that big facility to hold it. They said if a little bit of this stuff get out, it could be like 40 nuclear bombs. So when you start looking at this stuff going on in Revelation, what was happening to these plagues, now you see why these earthquakes was going on. Because y'all heard me say. Now, so are y'all staying with me so far? So this is what they're doing over there. And what they're saying, and then what they're saying they're doing is that they are trying to find out how it was at the Big Bang. That's what they said they're doing. And so that's what they're saying. They're trying to reproduce the conditions to find out what happened, what elements came together to give them that.
I already kind of like him, or I'm enjoying this guy because no Diddy, because he's not doing this whole. And then the creator, he had told me, and I had woke up this morning, and I had explosive diarrhea, and all that bullshit like that. It's just so fucking like.
It was not genuine. This guy comes with all like I think Leonard was just saying, or Kevin. I think it was Leonard. This guy comes with all angles. He's not just coming as a preacher. He's not just coming at the science angle. And he's not just coming at the Bible. He basically ties it all together. And there's nothing he says that I'm like, no. Almost every single thing he says, it makes sense with everything that I've read, looked into, feel, everything.
Right.
Bang, which we know that's just a lie. So now I'm gonna go deep. You ready? I'm gonna go deep. Y'all ready? Come on now. You got to keep your get your spiritual mind out here. Now, so they're looking for the God particle. Now listen. This is where I best describe it. Let's say you came into you was driving and you drove up on a city. City was full of houses and it was all buildings there and people could live there and everything. And you wanted to find out how they were built, right? So you start trying to break it down and thinking, but instead of you finding nails, you find everything's put together by glue. So you start trying to dissect it to get down to find out what is the glue made out of. That's what they're doing. Everything is being held together by something. They know it. We are here being held together, but they want to find out what is holding it together, right? So they want to mess with the glue. So these particles, they're trying to get to the finest particle to find out what everything is built from. That's why they call it the God particle. Yeah, does this make sense? Now, we know in the Bible that the Bible says he upholds all things by the word of his power. Everything that's into being is being held together by God's word. So when they get all the way, now listen, I'm going to show you what they're doing, and it's going to blow your mind. When they get all the way down to the finite understanding, they're going to find what God is using to hold it all together. That's why the war between Satan and Christ wouldn't be a war unless Satan had a real weapon. So what is the real weapon? It is what they're going to try to use, what God is using, which is just now when we say his word, what is that? What is his word? What is this? It's his power. They're going to find out what it is and weaponize it. They're going to weaponize it. This is the reason why they're going to be ready to fight against the Lamb when he comes. Are y'all ready? Because when you get down to the finite, it's all being held together by his word. Well, that's what they found out. The scientists are saying they found out now they're not calling him the God of the Bible, but they understand there is a creator. And they found now what they have found is this creator has built a wall of separation. So that those dimensions that are chaotic, they said those dimensions are chaotic. It's chaos, just like hell. And we are literally being protected by a veil. That
Feel free to, if you want to chime in,
I mean, I've already heard this so many times, and I'm just like totally drawn in every time. Yeah. So
he's saying that it's for our protection, is what he's saying.
Basically, it's. People think, like Satan is the ruler of this world. You've heard people say that. And I know it does say something to that effect in the Bible, but basically, even though he has his power is very little, you would think it's a lot because people are so just corrupted right now. But if you think about it like a candle, if you extinguish a candle in a pitch black room, that's it. It's complete darkness. So it's like almost like it's that last tiny little straw, that breaks the camel's back. And if that comes through and you're not in the spirit of truth and this, like the Holy Spirit, then from what I'm gathering and what I've learned, my life, is that if you don't, kind of like if you're at yin yang, you have to be more about God and about truth. Otherwise, forget it. It's if you're 50-50, that's the dark. That's it. That's gonna totally shut the light out. Does that make sense?
Nah, yeah. But then my thing is like, do they have a plan B? Like, what if shit goes wrong and they actually, do like everything goes wrong? Do they even have anything, so say that, these black holes or wormholes or whatever happen, do they even have anything in place for that, or are they just fucked?
Yeah, I think that one thing that I also have thought about, and this is more like if you think with the scientific, technology brain, um, there's a term that's called infinite loop or dead loop. And it's basically where the computer just keeps going over the same thing over and over and over again, like an Ouroboros chasing its tail. And it's just on a treadmill and it can't stop. And then until something from the outside, I don't know if you want to call it like the creator or just something, anything that is different is going to basically throw a wrench into one of the chains so that something can happen. That's how I think that they think. They're like, even if it's bad, it's better than staying on this treadmill. But I also think on a smaller scale, not being as scary as that, that's why they have all these emergency plans in place. Because I mean, I was pretty wide awake during the last eclipse, and I don't remember any of this stuff happening in 2017. I don't remember people like having emergency stuff all backed up in it. Do you? I mean,
No. Roland said, this is like what the other dude was talking about a few shows ago about Christ coming back with a sword in his mouth in the book of Revelation. It's not likely a literal sword. It's likely figurative language to show the power of his word.
yeah. Well, and I'm pretty sure sword in his mouth is basically it's the tongue of truth.
That's
I'm just kind of going off on a limb saying that, but that's from what I know. That sounds like that's what that is.
The tongue of truth is crazy. No doubt.
I've never heard it said like that. It just like came to me.
He said you would think that the UN would step in and tell them no, because of the possibility of a massive black hole in the middle of fucking Europe.
But see, they remember, these are the people who want chaos. They thrive on chaos because if there's chaos, then they can come in and like, shut everything down. So to me, it makes sense. And it makes sense if they feel like, oh, there's something better out there. Like if you're greedy, you're not satisfied. So in my opinion, I can see them being greedy and just being like, no, there's got to be more out there. Not like more out there and looking for something good, just anything because they're bored. And this is how they think,
Right. Okay.
I'll put around us.
You want me to keep going from here, or you had another?
Well, I had minute 10:30, but I think you already went over that for the God particle. And then, did you make it to 14 yet?
No, we almost there.
Yeah. Okay. Because then this is.
But man is gonna have to. Now, what does these movies keep telling you? Man keeps in that movie, The Transformers. Megatron got the humans to build him a body. He's getting man, thinking that man is getting knowledge to open the portal for him. To do what? To let the fallen angels come through. So man think he's wise, and they sitting there building our own.
Ain't that what the Transformer movies was called? It was called The Fallen.
Something like that. And it's so funny because, some people will hear this and be like, oh my God, he's talking about movies, but what he's trying to do is be relatable, and not everybody's at the same
Right.
with understanding this stuff. And I think it's great that he does it like he does. But yeah,
Destruction. Come on, y'all please tell me y'all can handle what I'm saying. Is this too much? Come on, get your pure mind out. I'm trying to show you what's going on and what they're doing and what the effects are going to be once they get this thing up to full power. All right, now get your word. Let me give you some scripture. Get your word out. Come on, bro. 2 Thessalonians chapter did I say chapter? Chapter 2. That should be chapter 2. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. Now I'm gonna show you this so you can understand it. Now I just happened to copy this out of the NET Bible. It was an accident. I thought it was. I wasn't paying attention to what I was copying down. But this is the Bible. Please don't go into no versions. Don't. Do I have to get the King James up because Negroes? You know how we do. You know. I believe the Bible. Trust me. Are y'all there? But I like how this is reading, so I'm gonna read it out of this. Amen. Y'all ready? Are you there? 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 1. It says, now regarding the arrival of our Lord Jesus Christ and our being gathered to be with him, we ask you, brothers and sisters, not to be easily shaken from your composure or disturbed by any kind of spirit or message or letter allegedly from us to affect that day of the Lord is into the effect that the day of the Lord is already here. This is what we're dealing with now. People just don't know. It's all kind of stuff going on. You better know what you believe. Verse 3, let no one deceive you in any way, for that day will not arrive until the rebellion, say the rebellion. The rebellion comes and the man of lawlessness is revealed, the son of destruction. The man of lawlessness, son of destruction. Y'all got that? Now, let me blow your mind. You ready? This Pope, this wicked Pope, has just came out and said that Jesus Christ is not the truth. The Pope. He also said, now I'm going to blow your mind, that we're waiting to reveal aliens as angels. Now, to show y'all how messed up this is, there is the Vatican has a telescope in America, the most powerful one in the world. And they say they have seen something coming. The Vatican. This is what listen, y'all. This is what the world is getting ready for. They say they see something that's coming, and they're getting ready for it. And they ready to the Pope said we're ready to reveal the Messiah. This is what's happening while we arguing over doctrine. They sitting there saying we ready to. That's why they trying to tell you that any church, all churches must come back under the Vatican or the Roman Catholic Church. That's why they telling you that, because the Pope is, of course, this is Antichrist. I talked for years that was a false prophet.
Do you think this dude is like a Freemason or like my question? Yeah, because when we was talking offline, my thing is I always respect the knowledge and the information, but I always ask the same question: exactly. Where did you get the information from? Is somebody feeding you this information? My question to you is: he like? Do you have an idea where he got his information from, or was it from the Bible? Kind of like how we were talking about.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, I've seen, and heard a lot of people talk throughout the years, and I feel like I'm constantly looking things up and not just on. At first, I don't even go on TikTok, but the joke is I didn't learn it on TikTok. But the way he talks reminds me. It's like I can just. I mean, I could be totally wrong. I mean, maybe he was caught up in some scandal, but I mean, even if he was, who knows if that stuff like that is even true, because obviously he died in kind of strange circumstances, I'm pretty sure. But the way that when he talks, he sounds like someone who is going off of tons of just curiosity and reading a lot of stuff. And just knowing in his heart, and I don't know, because it just all lines up. I haven't come across anything that he said so far that I'm like, what the hell? So,
go ahead. Just say he remind him of Steve Harvey?
Yes, he does. He does. I thought that too.
What the hell? What the hell?
And I think he has a video about Freemasonry. Like he covers everything.
Right.
I mean, it's just crazy.
Right.
But yeah, and that Thessalonians, that that's one that I constantly come back to, because that's what I get from that is it's basically like stand like strong in who you are, but if who you are is not of light, of truth, of God, then you're going to fall. I mean, that's basically, I mean, that's the recurring theme for everything that we find, don't you think?
I agree.
He's going to give his power to the beast.
And like I said, feel free to, let me know when to stop.
Yeah, the next
beast is
one
coming.
that I have written down is 1830. He talks about a planet.
Okay.
And this is something that I know all of us have read about too.
Okay.
They ain't even know it's so funny how the devil was putting it right in our face now, because he know we too dumb down to even look at it. So they saying they're waiting for these for this now. They've been talking about this planet that they've been seeing coming for years. And you can actually see it now. If you catch it on some days or some mornings, you can actually see this planet. So they know it's coming. Now, our governments have dumbed it down, and Russia has threatened Obama. They told Obama, if you don't tell if y'all don't say that there's a planet of these beings are coming, we're gonna tell it. Our government has been knowing this. They're getting the earth prepared for this. Y'all, come on. Can I go? Now, ain't it funny how our education system turned us off of anything supernatural, spiritual, but that's exactly where science is. Now science is in the spiritual and supernatural. Are y'all there? Okay, let me keep going. Come on, Tim. Okay, let no one see me, for that day will not arrive until the rebellion comes. The rebellion is coming. This is what the Pope is saying is coming. Now, he says, and the man of lawlessness, the beast, is going to be revealed, the son of destruction. Now, what's the name of the son of destruction? It's a name for him in the Bible. It's Apollyon, the destroyer, which just to give you some information, the place where Cern is, it's called Apollyon. Yeah, it's called and I'll show you. I'll get a little deep into that. Okay, now he opposes and exalts himself above every so-called God or object of worship, and as a result, he himself takes his seat in God's temple, displaying himself as God. Surely you recall that I used to tell you these things while I was still with you, and so you know what holds him back, so that he will be revealed in his own time. Read that out of King James. We got King James. Read it. Just read it, somebody. The sixth verse. Read it loud. Okay, now what is he saying? He's saying this thing could possibly be seen, but there's something holding it back. So he can't come. Even though the man of sin, this Antichrist, this beast, Satan, wants to come into our realm, into this natural realm, something's restraining him from coming. So these people over in Switzerland with this Cern machine are taking apart the restraint that God put in place to hold back that dark dimension. I don't know if y'all even be listening to what I'll be saying sometimes. So they done found out that I'm telling you, that ain't just something. Because they meddling with stuff, it ain't that they meddling. They don't want to. Bible said because they won't retain God in their knowledge, then they became stupid fools. So they fools. They doing foolish stuff because they don't want to believe in the God of the Bible. So they go looking for something else. And Satan is promising them knowledge and eternal life. Build this for me. Build this. Come on, put this together. And that's why we have an explosion of knowledge, because science went from real science to the occult. So that's why everything we have built now is occultish. Because Satan promises them knowledge, and they get rich, of course, and get prestige and honor from the knowledge, but they just keep building him a world. They're building for him. They may not know they're building for him, but that's what they're doing. Now, so put it back up here. So you know that what holds him back, so that he will be revealed in his own time, for the power of lawlessness, for the hidden power. Listen to me. You got to understand these scriptures. The hidden power mean what you can't see. It's already working. This dark side is already working. Because I told you, what are they coming back to him? What are they collecting over there with that machine? Darkness, antimatter. There's matter, matter. Come on, I have to get y'all with this. It's the point of my thesis, and if I don't get y'all to get this, you'll be lost. They are collecting matter. They actually collecting the dark side of matter, the antimatter. Okay, this what they call chaotic and unstable. It is darkness. They are collecting darkness. Do y'all hear what I'm trying to tell y'all? God put us in a realm of light. This realm, this earth realm. This, I'm not saying earth, I'm saying dimension. What we can see, this 3 dimension is.
It's crazy how he say they collecting darkness. I don't even know.
So what is it at right now? It's at 23. Okay. So one that I put down is 29:55, where he talks about life is in the blood.
Okay. Let's see.
The Bible says, listen, the power is in the blood. That's why Satanists need sacrifices, because they know that the blood can breathe. Listen to me now. I'm deep now. Can y'all handle this? The blood is spiritual and natural. It can cross both realms. The more the blood, that's why the Bible says when blood is spilled, the ground is cursed. Why? Because when innocent blood is shed, it's a place demons can inhabit. So when if you ever seen witch doctors, anybody who operates in that stuff, it's always chicken blood all around. Why? Because that's what they use it to. They got to give a demon some.
Yo, Cat, do you know the name of Cat Williams' tour?
No, what is it?
Let me show you. It's just so crazy how it'll be something in your face, no Diddy, and then you just like, you know it's something there, but so look, Cat Williams tour. Let's see. Look at this. I'm trying to get a picture for you. Look at this. You're gonna laugh when you see that. Look at this. That's it.
Wow. Oh my God.
You can't make that shit up.
That's weird. And also Dark Matter Tour, DMT. I mean, that's the whole thing right there. That just made me think of that, because that's going up into those other realms, that's crazy. That's crazy that he.
Yeah. And he said he's covering his mouth.
Oh.
Yeah, you can't make this shit up. So they're gonna tell it. So they're using Cern to collect dark matter, right?
Yeah.
This guy is on there. He's basically, Cat Williams is the most famous person of 2012. I mean 2024. You know what I'm saying? And then the name of his tour is called the Dark Matter Tour. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Like you can't make this shit up.
And Williams, that's Will I Am, like the I am and your will.
Right. And then some people think Cat Williams is really a girl.
Huh.
He is
isn't he pretty short? He's like really little, isn't he?
Yeah, he's real feminine too.
Yeah. I know, I've seen him. It's funny.
And even just his name, like Cat, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm gonna play the
I wonder
rest.
what his real name is.
All right.
Now listen, if you're a witch or you into witchcraft, you the champ. You are the portal. Because remember, you got the darkness in you. But you need to do the ritual to give them the power to come through you. Now, Satan can't do a lot just coming through one individual here, one individual there. That's why they build a machine. So he can come through. Is this too much? Let me keep going. Shiva, this Hindu god.
That's what
They got that. This is our symbol.
We were literally talking about Shiva before.
I know. That's what I'm telling you. He's way ahead of the curve. And you know what? Everybody has something that they should have done differently in their lives, and some stuff is made up. I mean, here's the thing. Like Elle actually always says, the truth is the truth, no matter who's saying it. I mean, so
right.
Instead of trying to find, because I thought about that, I was like, oh, well, what if he has something in his past? Because there's always going to be something. But what I'm condoning and what I'm wanting people to hear is what he is saying, not who he is.
Right. It's the message.
Yes.
It's the message.
Because what this God is doing is what they're doing. They're doing it scientifically, what the occult has been doing for centuries. See, science is the occult now. So when them witches are doing these rituals, what they're doing in the lab is what witches are doing. They're just not doing the rituals that witches are doing, but they're actually dealing with the elements that the witches are doing spiritually. So you can conjure up demons a number of ways. Dance, that's what them ritual dances in Africa are. That's why a lot of the dances they're doing now is ritual dances. A lot of this freaky nay, all that stuff, it's just ritual dances. That's why it makes people look gay when they do it.
And you know what's so crazy? I was watching some of these videos, and there was the way these perform, like the Beyoncés and the Shakiras, like how they dance on stage. I think some of those dances they dance like those are like ritualistic type dances that they do.
Yeah.
Like
I mean,
the
he
choreography of it.
And another one of his that I was listening to, he goes like really deep into that and talks about like twerking and where it comes from, and that it is a ritual dance that attracts, lust and like all this stuff. I mean, and it's how can you argue this? Like that totally makes sense,
Yeah.
Voodoo, if that's what they do to conjure up Isu, them voodoo demons. They dance and then they go into a trance, which is what the clubs are modeled after. You do know when you was in the club and all that, that's what the club really was modeled from. Mesmer knew they took it from voodoo, that if you get enough people together, change their rhythm with a beat, that you can cause them to transcend. That's what voodoo is. Then what are they transcending from? So demons can come through. They creating a portal. The dance is creating a portal. But that's why once a person gets the dance, you get sexual, you get lustful. Come on, is this too much? Now, is this too?
I will say this.
Y'all heard y'all understand what I'm saying?
When people start preaching and talking about the truth and stuff like that, I like how receptive his crowd is, because the crowd is gonna make it. You know what I'm saying? The crowd is gonna make it. Like the audience always makes it more entertaining. You know what I'm saying? When they're responsive.
And because you can feel the energy, and they're not doing that because they see a sign that says applause,
Exactly. Like
and what I think is really cool is that he won't just go constantly on ranting. He'll stop and be like, okay, is everybody with me? Check in. I like that.
Right. But yeah, this came out. Now it said this came out in 8 years ago, but I don't know if it was just uploaded. It said June 15, 2015, but I don't know if he uploaded it, after he had already recorded it. I don't know how long ago it was.
Because if it's even longer than 8 years, I mean that even makes it more valid in my opinion.
That would be insane. I'm not gonna lie. That would be crazy.
So this Shiva god is doing a dance called destruction, then recreation. Destruction and recreation. This put my picture up here, Tim. The circle is a portal. Now let me show y'all what Cern is.
Yeah. And so this is Shiva, right?
Yes.
Because sometimes Shiva, because how the story goes, is like it's kind of confusing, because it's like, okay, I thought it was like how the story was. It was like Shiva was the dude that came back, and his wife was taking a bath, and the son was watching, making sure nobody went in, and then he chopped off the kid's head and put an elephant on his head, and that became Ganesh. But I'm trying to think, was it a different name for the female, or are they the same?
You're right. That almost seems like a what are those things, when you remember things differently than they're supposed to be?
Yeah.
Oh my God. It starts with an M. I can't think of what it is, but basically I remember
Mandela effect.
Yeah, I remember it being a man and a woman too, or both.
Right.
But you know what's interesting? I've never really thought. I mean, I don't know if this is what this is supposed to be, but it looks like, because of what is getting ready to happen, I'm thinking the little things on the sides look like the sun, and then the dark center is the moon, like an eclipse.
This is crazy. This is crazy. But yeah, they have, long story short, they have this this entity, literally this statue, this entity outside of the Cern building, which is ridiculous.
Take me down, Tim. I put him up there. This is what CERN is. This is 17 miles of like a snake all the way around, which is just the Ouroboros, which is in Freemasonry, but I ain't got time going there. This is what it is. It's a machine, but it's like a long, big 17-mile long snake that they shooting these particles through at the speed of light. Real fast, trying to get it go real fast. Now, it even looked like a portal. It's a portal. Now, take me down, Tim. So Shiva's doing this dance, and the goal is destruction first, chaos, then recreation. You got what I'm saying? So what they are doing is destruction. They gonna destroy some stuff with this machine. They believe that's where the earthquake came from in Nepal. When they started that machine up, they started earthquakes. Anyway, and then the rebirth, which is the fake Messiah. Y'all got what I'm saying? Now can we keep going? All right. Let me back up our Tim. Did I read that? No. Here we go. So that what holds him back will be revealed in his own time, for the hidden power of the lawless is already at work. However, the one who holds him back will do so until he is taken out. Now listen, taken out. Didn't say he was moved or he left. They don't found a way to take it out of the way. They take it out the restrainer. So break it down. Let's go. Can we go further? Come on. Can we go further? So it says, put it back up there, Tim. However, the one who holds him back would do so until he taken out of the way. Okay, so we know that what's restraining is a he, right? So what is restraining evil? It's a he restraining evil. Now we know him in the person of the Holy Spirit. But y'all not catching how powerful this is. Even sinners right now, he's restraining evil from sinners. So what are they doing? They finding a way. Oh man, Now there was when I studied this a while back, there was a scientist that said, listen now, I think I told y'all this, that there is an invisible shield around the earth. They can't see it, but they know it's there. They said this shield is holding back stuff, but they can't see it. See, the earth is protected by the power of that. So what are they doing? They finding ways to punch holes in the shield. Because God is so good. Listen to how good your God is. That he has put something here for those that even don't love him will still be protected if they don't start messing with Satan's devices and open a hole for themselves. Y'all catching what I'm trying to tell y'all? You start sinning will create a hole. Did I not tell y'all that a while back? The portals of darkness. Sin is sin attracts antimatter, darkness. It creates a hole, a place, an atmosphere for demons to dwell. That's why you go in some places. This evil's been happening there. It don't feel good. Well, no, why you feel like getting there? Because man, a lot of you got all kinds of portals in here. That's why I never, when I found out haunted house, no, I don't go no haunted house. I'm going nowhere where they celebrating, conjurating, nothing.
No celebrating, no conjurating.
Yeah.
No,
I think
that's not
3045 was the last timestamp I had. So I think you just did that with the Shiva. I mean, the rest of it's good, but it's not. There aren't any bullet points that stood out.
Okay. So my question is, do you think it's funny because we always talk about like how we're talking about the grid going down in a blackout, but that's funny. I haven't put Cern on the table as far as basically being an apocalyptic event.
Yeah, like instead of, I mean, and not to be, scary or anything. I mean, I personally, I'd rather know the truth no matter what it is. But like grid, metaphorically, in the skies instead of what we're thinking about is electricity on the ground, and the lights going out is really the light not being available and it all being dark matter. I mean, a lot of it you can use as metaphors. It's really amazing how it all kind of connects. And then the other thing I was thinking about is, I mean, this kind of just has to do with, I just think this is weird. If you looking at an eclipse, looks like you're looking at a pupil, which,
right,
you're the apple of God's eye, pupil is the center, all that kind of stuff. And then what's around it looks like the iris, the little flamey parts that go out, whatever color your eyes are, which is, the sight, I guess. And it's just, I don't know. It's interesting that kind of looks like an eyeball.
The Cern, right?
No, an eclipse.
Right. I'm looking at the Cern and the way how they got it set up. It looks like
it looks like it like that too on there.
Yeah, a little bit. I think he had it in the video. I think he showed it in the video. A little bit back, but that's what when I look at the Cern, it looks like an eye to me. I can't.
And nobody can deny that that's not a 666. I mean, come
on.
Yeah. It's so ridiculous.
It's just like the Google Chrome. Yeah.
And what's funny to me is I think about this a lot. Like, in order to really hold in the power, not to be taken over, kind of a thing. Sounds kind of dramatic, but you have to have good discernment.
Wow. Wow. That's real shit. So how I wonder if technology like this, can we destroy it? Can we, because it reminds me of you remember in They Live when they had to destroy the I don't know, just cable, I forget the name, 56 or 54, I can't remember what it is. They had to they destroy like the satellite, and then people kind of woke up or whatever. I wonder, can when you make technology like this, is it even destructible, or you
Well,
think?
I mean, you mean like the Cern, the Hadron Collider, is that
Yeah, like
destructible?
CERN, D-Wave. You familiar with D-Wave?
Yeah. And that again goes back a decade ago with oh my God, I can't think of his name right now. Rhodey and Gordy Rose. And this is years before I ever heard anybody talking about it. And he is a well-known scientist, came up with D-Wave, or he's one of the main people that came up with it. And he talks about it being able to bring demons through.
Right.
I mean, maybe we can look at that another day, but
Right.
that was years ago.
Right, because
So
I feel like once you create there's certain technology. I feel like you might not be able. It's something you might not be able to reverse because now the technology basically has a mind of its own, and also it could be entities that's you know existing inside of the technology. So it's like you already gave it a vessel of some sort, and
You know what I just thought of too? And you know how they say that I mean, I know this is with light, and I guess D wave would be more like sound, frequency, but um, even if it was destroyed, would they still be able to sense the prior frequency because of the way time is different for them? Does that make sense? Like even if it's destroyed for us and the signal's not like going out to the universe anymore, like there could be a shadow or an echo of it that they would be able to still see and still come here anyway because
Right.
they're drawn to something.
Exactly. Yeah.
Just like we can draw things to ourselves or, not want to draw things to ourselves.
Yeah, this shit is crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I appreciate Kelly making time today and coming on. I think I might have this guy right here. What's his name?
The preacher guy?
Yeah, what's his name?
Stephen Darby.
I might have came like across his content in passing, but I never really sat down and actually like got a chance to really listen to him like that. You know,
Almost every video he has, there are points where I'm like, oh my God.
Right.
I was just listening to something before I got home, and it's totally off on another subject, but I'll send it to you because it was just like, whoa, kind of has to do with the Diddy attitude or whatever you want to call it.
Let's see. Before we get up out of here, let's see how he died. He died recently, or it was a while ago.
I think it said 2017.
Let's see.
So he was gone before the whole Corona bullshit came out.
Do some. Let's see.
All right, I'm back with another quick video about Stephen Darby and why.
Sis, you want to smoke?
I don't.
She about to debunk Stephen Darby.
Anybody should.
And she's saying, "Don't be deceived," while she has on makeup.
To know.
Oh. I thought she wanted smoke.
I'm not saying women shouldn't wear makeup, but I mean,
shit.
It's all or nothing. Like you either are for the truth or you're not.
Oh, the Messiah, you're gonna have to know who he's coming for.
Did anybody else catch that?
To know the Messiah, you're gonna have to know who he's coming for.
It was so subtle that I'm sure a lot of people who've been in church their entire life didn't even realize that he said something terribly wrong. In a nutshell, he said that in order to know Jesus, you must know who Jesus is coming back for. Now, in the context of all things Stephen Darby, he believed that Black people were the true Jews. So he was a Hebrew Israelite who tried to mix Hebrew Israelism with Christianity. So according to Darby, people would have to acknowledge who the true Jews are in order to really be in relationship with Jesus. Now, I don't know what.
You believe that, Kelly?
Remember a week ago when I told you I had a theory and I asked you how you wanted me to acknowledge? It goes deep.
Oh shit! Oh yeah.
I'm not. I mean, I'm not saying I'm all one way or the other on that. But number one, if there's any kind of, I think RG might have been saying it, like blue beam thing where we see that face of Jesus or whatever in the sky, that is not, if in the Bible, I don't know where it is. I could look it up right now, but basically when they describe Jesus, they say that he has hair of wool. He has bronze. Apparently he's looking down on his feet, and his feet are of bronze. Okay. And then his eyes are of fire. So he's not, I'm sorry. He's not in the Bible. They don't describe him as we see it. I mean, I know that's a nice image and it conjures up good feelings, but I mean, if we want the truth, we want the truth, right?
Let's see what this says right here.
This is what's happening. Listen, this is what's happening. The God of the Bible, the European nations, which is Esau. Study it out. Esau is Edom. Edom is Rome. That dragon that you see in Revelation 12 that I can't get to, but I was going to show you that the dragon is sitting there waiting to devour the child being born, but it can't get the child, so it goes off to make war. The woman runs into the what? Wilderness. That's Israel, running into the wilderness, scattered amongst the nations, hiding from the red dragon Rome that's going throughout the whole world, killing Israel, hunting down Israel. Are y'all there? So, what was I saying before that? Getting ahead of myself. Come on, give it back, y'all. Unless y'all want to be here long. What was it? Yeah. So they're passing pedophilia, but the real goal is to get you to trans. It's to get you trans. It's not necessarily that they care about transgender.
What?
It's to get you to.
Yeah, this guy is so
To
ahead
get
of
you
his
to
time.
defy.
Ain't no way he was talking because
Mhm.
that wasn't till.
Yep.
I would love to know when exactly the day he made this speech, because they didn't bring out that trans shit until 2015 with the whole Caitlyn Jenner shit. That's when they just, put it all on red or put it all on rainbow. When it came to that transgender shit. Wow. That's crazy.
Creation, the way you were created. Because the goal, listen, is to transhuman you, to mix man with machine. This is what the fallen angels in Genesis 6 did. They mixed man with technology. The Most High said, he looked down and said, oh, no, that's not my creation. So he killed them all through the flood. The Bible, Jesus said it'd be just like in the days of Noah, Genesis 6, when they mix again. But they can't mix you till they get you to disrespect creation. So they get you to trance. What the homosexual thing was, to get you to break it down in stages, to get you to trance. Once you trance, you're ready for the mark. The mark is not a chip. Lord, ain't no tattoos and none of that. If it was simple as that, you could still be saved. The Bible says once you take it, no, there's no salvation, because you will no longer be human. You will be trans. You will be, okay, look at all the movies in the future. People are mixed with machine. They're going to digitally enhance your DNA, where you'll no longer be what the Most High created. That's why you won't be able to be saved. Because only humans, dust men, can be saved.
So yeah, I appreciate Kelly for putting me on. He said RoboCop.
Yeah. I was gonna say, as he was saying that, because he kept saying trans, I was thinking trance, and I mean, if you think about it, which group of people are purposely, constantly, in my opinion, not targeted in the way that like what we are told on media is just like the tip of the iceberg. I'm talking putting a certain group of people in a trance. Does that, do you understand?
Yeah, these people are out here talking about they're literally you go on these dating apps, and these people are putting on their profile that they're pansexual, they're gender fluid, all of this made up goofy shit
Yeah.
that they don't even study the origins of where it come from or what was really going down. It's just it's just it's sad. It's just
Yeah.
pure ignorance. That's just basically.
And that is a spinoff from, what he talks. There's this one where he talks about, oh my God, about how to put it nicely, this is like really gross, but I love how he's so blunt in a church. Like I would have totally liked church if it was like this.
Oh yeah.
Because the rectum is the mouth of Satan. And I'm like, oh my God, whoa, yes. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that kind of makes sense. And where everything is basically, it's just the excrement, everything that's just disgusting that is your body doesn't need.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I appreciate Kelly for making time today. Kelly, final words before we get up out of here.
I feel like I just said something really dramatic just now. I should have waited for that. Anyway, but one thing I want to make clear is that and this is not to be confused. First of all, I don't even feel like I can call myself a Christian because I feel like to say that would mean that I am trying to be Christ-like all the time, and I don't think it's humanly possible. I aim for that, and I also don't like when I talk about these things. These are things that I'm figuring out for myself, and I don't think I don't know how to like I don't want to sound like I'm if there is anybody that's like listening to this, to me it's not about, this group is doing this wrong and these, I just think that we all need to take a look at ourselves and ask like ourselves, are we doing the best that we can do, or are we trying to achieve that, not purity, but just I think wholeness is if you can really face the truth no matter what it is. It's not going to always be easy for everyone to swallow, but if we want it, we want it, and that's it.
Kelly dropping bombs. Pay attention.
Oh my God.
All right, man. We appreciate everybody for chiming in on the conversation. I'm gonna be honest, this video might have to go on the Patreon, so I'm just letting y'all know in advance. Okay? As soon as he said the Vatican, we was in trouble.
Yeah.
All right. Kelly, appreciate you making time today.
All right. Thanks. It's always good talking to you.
All right, we'll see you guys later.
Okay. Bye.
Are you crazy? Are you fucking crazy? Are you fucking stupid? What I did, a nigga has never done ever, ever, ever. Nobody has ever done what I've done ever.